There's been mud on my soul, there's been anger inside me, there's still unforgiven deeds that now it's time to free. I've been trapped inside so long, don't remember how to live, how much of life has passed me by as I slept inside my dreams. Oh yes, sip the waters too, let them wash all over you. Here you are at last, free yourself from past and walk into the new. Be guided by what's true, causing no one harm, least of all. Om Namah Shivaya Gurave Sat-Chit-Ananda Murtaye Nishprapanchaya Shantaya Niralambaya Tejase.
Satyam Shivam Sundaram Sansarasaram Abhayankaram Dukhaharam Karunavataram Jyotirmayam Swayambhu Prakritistudaram Shivasmarami Jagat Swami Nirvikaram.
Om Shanti. Within this body breathes the secret essence. Within this body beats the heart of the Vedas. Within this body shines the entire universe. So the saints say, hermits, ascetics, celibates, all are lost seeking Him in endless guises. Seers and sages perfectly parrot the scriptures and holy books, blinded by knowledge. Their pilgrimage and fasting and striving but delude. Despite their perfect practice, they discover no destination. Only the saints who know the body's heart have attained the ultimate. O Tulsi, realize this and you have found your freedom. While teachers trapped in tradition know only the mirage in the mirror. To seek the highest reality of life is the goal of each and every human being. But we are lost in misplaced identity, mistaken identity. One is human identity, another is spiritual identity. Spiritual, human identity is to remain trapped in mind-body complex unless and until you rise above this mind-body complex, you cannot realize the spiritual identity, which is the highest. Sages down the ages have tried to know the ultimate truth, the highest truth. They have tried everything to penetrate, to understand the subtle realities of life. And in their effort, they understood and they realized that unless and until the energies are channeled and channelized, they cannot reach that ultimate truth. And the greatest leakage of energy is lust. The mind gets scattered the body becomes weak. The intellect starts wandering. A sort of delusion, an illusion is created. And it becomes very difficult to break free of that illusion. We live our lives as deluded human beings when we are under the sway of lust. So sages down the ages across the world have concluded that the conservation of life energy is needed to achieve the ultimate truth of life. If you want to get the glimpse of your real reality or spiritual identity, you must break the body-mind complex and peep into the world which is beyond this. And that's why there is so much importance of celibacy. And that's why there is so much stress given on imbibing, inculcating a way of life which is full of bliss. Celibacy is not about do's and don'ts. It is about conduct of life. It's about a new way of living. It's about you are living in sync with a lifestyle that takes you towards higher goal. Celibacy is not about forced affirmations or sayings or self-respects. If those affirmations are not backed by a powerful lifestyle, those affirmations fall flat. Simply saying that I am a pure soul and the parrot-like repetition which doesn't have the support of a powerful routine, then it doesn't work. Rather, it can lead to neurosis. All suppression, all repression, they bring out more insane beings into this world. Brahmacharya is the blooming of the consciousness. It is the flowering of the consciousness. It has nothing to do with any conquest. It is the realization of the higher. The lower falls down like withered leaves of a tree. The passions, the desires are given a higher direction. So people have devised certain aids, certain means to achieve this higher way of life. Not just for monastics, but for the householders. It's about reaching the higher truths. So there are different sadhans, there are different tools and aids to achieve this higher form of life. And we will discuss 5 such tools to achieve this celibacy, because without celibacy, the edifice of purity cannot be erected. Celibacy is the very foundation of this huge building. If celibacy is taken out, the building collapses. First, motivation. The first is motivation. I eat because I feel hungry. So hunger is the motivation. Otherwise I will not eat. There is a hunger, that's why I eat. That's a gross physical level. Let's go up. Unless and until hunger for knowledge is created, you cannot seek knowledge. In Sanskrit, there is one quotation that says that the meaning of that is, even a fool cannot do anything without a motivation. You need motivation, you need purpose, you need motive. Why you want to do it? Simply saying that I have been told to do, that's why I am doing, doesn't work. Why? The motivation should be very clear. The motive should be very clear. I am doing this because ... When I don't do this, I lose my energies, my power, my time, my money. The intellect wanders. Mind and body has tasted the superficial, false, artificial pleasure that comes from sense gratification. So first, create a motive why I want to follow this path of Brahmacharya. Why I want to follow this path of celibacy. What are the benefits? What are the disadvantages of not following? And what is my experience till now? So motivation is of paramount importance. The second tool is spiritual longing. Create a very strong spiritual longing, a spiritual yearning, a spiritual desire, a spiritual hunger. When that hunger is created, automatically you will seek the highest. Just as we saw, hunger is there, then you eat. Hunger is there for knowledge, then you seek knowledge. In the similar manner, when spiritual love is there, divine love is there, love for God is there, automatically you want to seek a lifestyle which is conducive to higher way of life. And when love of God is born in the heart, the path of celibacy becomes very easy. Create a deep spiritual longing, a deep spiritual desire. The deepest desire of humankind is to unite. But the desire is misdirected. They seek union at the level of body. Whether it is heterosexual, homosexual or unisexual. The result is frustration and guilt. There is a union of intellects, there is union of emotions, but there is always a sense of emptiness, a deep vacuum. The soul is definitely incomplete without Supreme Soul. Unless and until this meeting happens, this incompleteness, this emptiness, this vacuum, this lacuna, this hiatus would remain. making soul all the more restless. So the second criteria, the second tool, the second aid is deep spiritual longing, spiritual restlessness, a sense of divine discontent. How can I seek the ultimate? How can I seek the highest? What are the methods? What are the means? How the people before me sought this? The third is detachment. Man is lost somewhere with Teshna, Jiveshna, Chitteshna, Lokeshna. These are the different desires. Lokeshna, desire for fame, name and glory. Chittesh, Vitteshna, desire for money, wealth, more wealth, more wealth. Chitteshna, desires of the mind. Lokeshna, Jiveshna, desire to live. Nobody wants to die. All these desires, they baffle the intellect. Every desire creates a ripple in the calm and the rippleless lake of mind. A desire is like a stone thrown into the calm, pacific, limpid lake, and there are ripples. And when there are ripples, you cannot see through and through. The mind gets confused. The laws of spirituality say that if you want to achieve this goal of higher living or celibacy or Brahmacharya, you must develop detachment. Desires are like waves. Watch them as a detached observer. They come and they go away. It is not that every time a desire springs up, you should jump and try to fulfill it. See it. It comes and it will go away. The nature is coming and going. Utpat lay. It comes, it rises, it passes away. It rises, it passes away. It is transitory. Understand the very nature of desire. It comes, it goes, it comes, it goes, coming and going, coming and going, coming and passing away. Transitory, anitya. A yogi develops that detachment by his long-lasting practice. Detachment is not about giving up this place and going to some another place. Detachment is not about renouncing people and persons and things and places. Detachment is about watching the desires as a detached observer, as Sakshi. They come and they go away. Wait. The path is definitely difficult. It is just like a person who has been smoking from last 40 years. Now somebody tells him, give up smoking, smoking is bad. So he tries to give up smoking. So when he doesn't smoke, there is uneasiness. As if something is missing. And when he smokes, it ends in guilt consciousness. So it's very tough. So when you do it, you feel bad. And when you don't do it, you miss something. So on one side is missing, another side is feeling bad. What you will choose? This missing is better because this is temporary. You missed it last night, but the next day you forget about it. But you missed it and you do it. The morning carries the memory. Morning is sorrow-laden. Morning is filled with grief. And it has added one more deep dent of sanskar on the mind. It has created one more line. 3 types of sanskars. First type of sanskars are like lines on water. The second type of sanskars are lines on sand. And third type of sanskars are lines on stones. These are like lines on stone. A super added line on stone. So develop detachment. That is in this life, that is the tool for celibacy. Next is higher creativity. Higher creativity. Those people who are in music, in art, they are less inclined, or they have less propensity to indulge in these vices, because they find some higher joy. And even if you want to excel in spiritual life or in any field of art, you must have controlled the passions, the animal passions. So engage your mind in creative work. We have been taught to work on mind to control body. That's right. Create powerful, pure thoughts so that the sensual and the sexual thoughts don't touch you. But there is yet another method. Start working on the body. And in turn, the body would influence the mind. Engage the body in exercise, in different methods, creative works. Automatically the mind would get influenced. So higher creativity is needed. And then last, 5th tool is self-restraint, self-control. Excess of anything is disastrous. Control diet, control sleep, laziness, oversleeping. A yogi's life is a life of self-control. He knows what to eat and what not to eat. There are food which are exciting. They incite the senses. A yogi who wants to achieve a high level of purity and high level of celibacy should avoid all the exciting foods, all the rajasic and all the tamasic foods. It is the journey towards sattvic food. But what is the definition of sattvic food? The purer food. The higher form of food where the pranic energy is trapped, where the light energy is there. Unless and until there is light in the body, how can you feel light? If you put gross things in the body, it is very difficult to achieve this higher purpose. And the grossest things in the world are all the animal products and non-vegetarian diet. They make you gross, they make you grounded. The second in the queue is grains. All grains and all seeds. They are very heavy. And yogi realizes that grains are not for us. And all the condiments, they themselves are indigestible and they don't allow the things that go with them to get digested. They just provide a titillating sense of pleasure, a transient, a momentary taste sensation. They say that this stomach is a blind well. Andha kua. This stomach is a blind well. You put anything, it is never satisfied. Keep on putting and putting each and everything of this world. All the recipes of the world you put today and next morning, it is hungry again. Give me, give me, give me. It is an eternal beggar. It will become calm only if you provide it with that which is natural, uncontaminated, untouched by fire, then the path of spiritual life becomes easy. So these are the 5 tools. First, motivation. Second, spiritual longing. Third, detachment. And fourth, higher creativity. Engage your mind in creative works. Book writing, reading poetries, music, exercise, sports. Then, self-control. Om Shanti.